I guess they become the, what's the word? You see, like that's what I'm saying. I guess like they look like aggressors and they look like they're ones who are trying to like fish it out, but in reality, it's like that's kind of how it low key has to be, because it's like, at least back in the day, like you kind of knew who was racist because people would blatantly say it. Well, now it's like you literally, as the movie shows, like you gotta fish it out and give people a reason to think that they're safe in order to do it. So it's like, yeah, like they seem like aggressors, yeah, but it's like you would never get those true feelings out. And yeah, a lot of things were exaggerated, a lot of points were exaggerated, a lot. You know, there are certain things that, you know, like a common person wouldn't do in order to get like answers.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was like they got the truth, which was when given an opportunity, which I believe, which is for most PWI colleges, it's like if given the opportunity to show their true colors, they will, if they know they have a free space to do so.
I don't think it was that dramatic to say that, oh, like my views changed, because I feel like it just reinforced what I already knew. Because I think it just brought to the fact that, like, I guess for a white person, if they just watched it for the purpose of it, they will see that it was showing how white people, what they do is just they take things from other like races and they try to make it their own. And we've seen this through cultural appropriation, where even like designers, they'll take something that another culture has done and they'll remarket it to make it seem like their own. It's like, oh, I look at this trend that I started without any credit to who originally started it. So I guess it just make you more aware of that, and to show that racism is not something that's like over. It's just reinforcing that little day-to-day things you can see. I mean, even though like it was dramatic in that they were taking your brain and things like that, but at the end where the white girl, she was like, help me, because she knows that if a white cop is the person that opened the door, he's gonna look at them and be like, wow, clearly this poor white girl is in need of help, and this black man probably did something to her, instead of actually looking at the situation for what it was, that Chris was actually the one that needed help and needed saving. So it just makes those things that we see like more, I guess, to point it out, so people are not just like, oh well, that's just one instance, but no, this is like something that actually happens on a day-to-day basis.
The black protagonist, his license was asked for, although he wasn't driving, or when he automatically assumed at the end of the movie that he would be guilty. One scene in such a bloody scene, when really he was the victim. So that movie definitely highlighted a lot of issues.
The directors really played on a lot of the stereotypes of how a lot of white people try to compensate with trying to show that they're not racist, and like in a way that just comes off as them being more racist. Like the father of the girlfriend, when he was just like, if Obama had run for a third term, I would have voted for him. And
so in The Blind Side, I think black representation was just seen in a negative light, because it seemed as though you need a white person or somebody who has money to get where any other white person can get. So basically Sandra Bullock opened a lot of doors for him that he could not open himself, based off of economical disadvantage or socio-economic disadvantages.
In Help, they're very heavily stereotyped against, but they do it for the purpose of the movie, in order to show them in a different light as the plot goes on. So you have Viola Davis, who is the maid. I guess she's the help for this white family, basically. Mm-hmm. And her role is to just kind of like cook and clean and do like the stereotypical African-American maid tasks.
Right.